said would make me better. I did all the things that they said would make me function. And I felt way more dysfunctional. And it occurred to me that maybe it was through dysfunction that I would figure out a different way to function that would actually work for me. But you can't figure that out. Trust in the system. No, you can't figure that out. Trust in a world that's laid out for you and me. No, you can't figure that out. Just doing what you're told to do. If you really want a way out, go straight into the problem till you come up with your own solution. 'Cause only you are gonna do that for you. I mean, that's logical, ain't it? Like, why wouldn't you come up with your own solutions to problems that are personal? Everything's a personal problem if you think about it. I mean, there's literally no other problem but a personal problem. I mean, we have universal problems as a society, and, you know, our problems are similar to other people's problems, but it's always a personal problem because it's yours. So figure it out. That's why I come up with my own personal terms to describe the things that I'm going through. I gotta unlearn all the things that I was forced to learn. Gotta undo all the ways that they try to unscrew things that were supposed to be. Whatever is comprised of me. You know, they tell you, oh, this isn't right, you need to do it this way, so they try to finagle with your brain, try to convince you that you're the one that ain't sane, all because you don't fit in with their boring ass system. You don't fit in with their totally dysfunctional civilization. You don't fit in. With the way that they think things are supposed to run, the way that they think things are supposed to function. I know I just keep repeating myself. I need to go to bed, don't I? I said I wasn't gonna. In case you missed that video, a few videos back. It's like 5 in the morning, dude. It's 5 in the morning! For real, for real. It's 5:24. Holy shit. by the way, I watched that video where I was like falling asleep. It's like 10 minutes of me sleeping. I thought it was so funny. That's why I put it up. Because it was just so funny. I like, half the video is me sleeping. Oh shit. Birds. Fucking birds, dude. I freaked out. I didn't know what they were. I thought it was like something else. Yeah. You know you're being watched. I highly doubt they know that they're being watched. They probably don't know. And even if they did, would they care? I mean, would they really care? Holy shit. I just thought of something brilliant. Our behavior changes when we notice that people are paying attention. You know? I really believe that the camera... Okay, so the story of Adam and Eve, right? You can think it's a made-up story. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. I think the purpose of the story is to illustrate that when we trust the one that made us, we'll know everything that we're supposed to know in due time. Whereas when we trust the world, so Satan's the prince of the world, so he came in the form of a snake to convince Eve to fuck up the world. And I don't think that she was conscious of what she did. I don't think that she purposely did that shit. But when she and Adam ate from that tree, they freaked the fuck out. Because they weren't ready. They weren't ready for the knowledge of who they are. And like, that's why they freaked out when they realized they were naked and all that. So in relation to the camera, the reason why I bring that up is to bring this up. That with the camera, it makes us more conscious of ourselves, but not in a positive way. It makes us more conscious of time, but not in a positive way. Case in point, the narcissist that I work with, the reason I say that about her is because I've studied her behavior for 8 years, and she's definitely an overt. She's always like, it's so sad to me. It's like, she's got all these pictures on her phone, and this is one of the reasons why I think smartphones are so demonic. Because like I see a lot of women doing this, especially on Instagram. Like, they just have like all these photos of themselves, like from a long time ago, like when they were younger or when they were, you know, skinny. You know, she's chubby now, but she's had a baby. That's why. I mean, I know she had the baby like a long time ago. The baby's 8 now, but she's still chubby. But yeah, like there was a time when she was skinny and she was a lot prettier than she is now. And she just looks at all these old photos of herself and she's like, I used to be so pretty. And it's like, anybody can say that. Anybody can look at pictures of themselves when they're younger and be like, wow, I looked a lot better when I was 20. You know, I looked a lot better when I was 16. I mean, this is just kind of obvious. But it's like, if we became conscious in a positive way, then it wouldn't be a problem that we have that knowledge. But like what videos do, the camera is like, it's reminding us that we're aging. It's reminding us that everything changes. You know? That's why all these people are so hooked on nostalgia now. And like, you see all these fucking comments of these whiners talking about, oh, I remember when I was growing up and we didn't have smartphones, you know, we could just leave the house and we could be gone all day and you know, we'd be on our bikes and we'd enjoy just being on the bicycle, and we didn't have a care in the world, and man, I miss those days. Shut the fuck up. Go to the liquor store, dude. Just go to the fucking liquor store. Like, this is so annoying. This is why I go to church. This is why I read the Bible. This is why, like, I make music that's not very good, but it's like, it makes me feel better. And there's something so simplistic about making music, because people have made music forever. So figure out something to do that's creative, that will like give you a sense of purpose, and that will like make more sense out of things. Because you're looking to the world for that, and that's what your problem is. All these people keep looking to the world to solve the problem that the world causes. So while cameras aren't all bad, it's like there's some positive aspects to social media. There's some positive aspects to the smartphone. I mean, I hate to admit it, but it's true. It's true. You know, you've got Candy Crush, right? And that's pretty cool. You got apps where you can waste all your money on a fake sports team. You know, you've got apps where you can just get unlimited amounts of fake dopamine. No, I you know, I'm joshing. There's positive things about the phone. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. That notification bell, that's got to be cool to have that thing going off every 3 seconds, giving you anxiety. No, but there are a bunch of features on the phone. Like I look at like the kinds of videos that you can make on it, but you see what I'm talking about though. Like, all these advancements like don't really advance us as a society. It just makes us more depressed. It makes us more anxious. It makes us more likely to watch endless amounts of YouTube videos about nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? It's like every once in a while I'll watch one of those videos and I'll be like, why the fuck did I waste all this time? You know? Because it's like, they're just saying stuff I already know. But I understand that there's a purpose for that kind of content, because it helps people feel less alone in the way that they see the world. But I think it also keeps people in a state of learned helplessness. It keeps people in this, like, it keeps people in the pity pot. The world is always changing. And I'm sorry, but y'all went along with this bullshit. You went along with the worldwide effort to chop everybody's head off, okay? Because that's essentially what that phone has done. I mean, that's why people are walking around like this. It's like, yeah, it's like fucking guillotine, dude. That's what it's done to society. But, you know, that's why I have to stay in my world. Because I can still make the things that I want to make. And I can still shed another light on it. And if I do that, then it's not so bad. But, yeah, it's all perspective. So I'm not in denial of any of it. I know that it's all like really terrible. And I talk very frequently about that. But just being reminded of God's presence and seeing God in other people and hearing God in music and being able to understand things from a very like universal perspective. Like not just understanding things that are happening now, but understanding that the things happening now have always happened and they will continue to happen. And it's just kind of a general truth about the way that this world is and just the nature of human beings, or the nurture of human beings rather, that people just seem to always choose things that aren't good for them. And so Eve, not listening to the one that made her, but the imposter, and then convincing the man that made her to listen to the imposter too. I mean, that just makes sense. It makes sense out of the world. You can say it's a bunch of bullshit. If it's bullshit that explains a lot, sweetheart. Okay? Especially with women. But let's not blame women for everything. It's just too easy to do. But like, yeah, the reason why our society is so sick is because we keep listening to the imposter. We keep choosing things of this world that are guaranteed to just be nothing more than mirage. And I mean, that's all everything is, really. And most people, because they're of the world, that's why they're so fake, and that's why they lie all the time. And I think that it's typical of liars to assume that everybody's lying. Like, it's just to assume that, oh, well, everybody lies all the time, so it's fine that I lie. You know what I mean? Like, but that's not right. Like, we shouldn't just go along with bad things because, oh, everybody does that. You know? We shouldn't just rationalize it in that regard. We should try to do better than that. But I guess you could do that with any negative thing. Notice that people don't do that with positive things. I guess because you don't have to rationalize doing something positive. But that's one of the ways that they got everybody with the phones, is like, oh, well, everybody has a smartphone, you know? So how bad can it be? Oh, this is the way of the world. This is the direction we're going. Well, that right there is precisely why the saying, you can't stop progress, is a saying. It's because society will always be stupid and gullible. And so they just continue to go along with things because other people go along with things. But that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make anything that people go along with the right thing to do. It just proves that you're susceptible to brainwashing. You're susceptible to, you know, following suit. So you don't really have much of a personality, okay? You definitely don't have a backbone. And unfortunately, that's the way that a lot of people are. Because they want to fit in with the world, and they care more about their image in relation to the world than they do their image in relation to God, you know? Anyway, I just thought that I would mention that about cameras, because I think that's one of the reasons why I've always hated photographs. Like, ever since I was a little child, I've hated photographs. And I know it's kind of ironic that I do this channel because it's like a documentary, but I always wanted to do a documentary about my life. But I realized that that's like a really narcissistic thing. But I think that that's why, like, our third eye gets darkened by narcissism. So the third eye, that's like understanding that God's watching you. But if you're a narcissist, then it's like you need an audience, right? Well, the schizophrenic person, which is, you know, part narcissistic, it's like we know that God's watching, but we also have like a full access pass to that audience in our head. And so that's why I could talk to myself for hours on end and never get bored. That's why I could live on a desert island and be totally fine and not miss anything about y'all. Much offense. But, yeah, like, I think that, like, the NPD, the textbook narcissist, they would need an audience. They would need somebody there to validate them, you know? But I think the more schizophrenic person that is like in their own world and they believe in God and the devil, of course, they don't need people, places, and things because they already have it up here. But back to what I was saying about pictures and documentation and time and all that. It's like, it gives us this like false idea of like what we're supposed to want. Whereas, like, the more alone we are, the more that we're truly with God, because we're separate from that world. We're separate from, you know, the soul sucking and the image oriented bullshit. You know, like, oh, I'm supposed to do this and I'm supposed to look this way and I'm supposed to wear this outfit, and if I don't buy this pair of jeans, then I'm not gonna be cool or whatever, you know? So it's interesting though, like, we have these images in our heads of like what we think we're supposed to want. And it's all like, it's all based on absolutely nothing, you know? Because all that stuff is susceptible to change. All that stuff is susceptible to, like, you know, evolve into something else that's also equally useless, you know? So say, like, you buy a really expensive pair of boots. Say those boots are like $150. And you do that to fit in. And then, like, a week later, there's a pair of even more expensive boots that people are wearing. And those boots that you just bought are useless because you're not cool anymore because you don't have these boots. You know? That's what I'm talking about. Like, your image in the world is nothing more than a pair of overly priced boots. Like, it just means nothing. And if you look at it from that perspective, it's like you're gonna see like how many people just waste their lives obsessing about stupid shit that doesn't matter in the long run. Like, really materialistic nonsense that doesn't make anybody happy. It's like, at best you get some temporary validation. At worst, you waste all your money. You waste all your money, you waste your energy. And you're lying. You're lying to yourself because you still don't have self-confidence, because now your confidence is rested in the stuff that you have that you think makes you interesting or relevant or pretty or cool or whatever the positive adjective is, you know? So the more separate you are from the world, the better off you'll be. But that's hard for a lot of people, for obvious reasons. Oh shit, I gotta go to bed. It's like almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I lied, it's 5:46. It's 5:46, but it's so late, it's early. Yeah, I rounded up 14 minutes. That's way too much. That's way too much. I have a rule that I'm not supposed to round up. I hate it when people round up. Like when they say it's like 1 o'clock, but it's actually, 12:56. I'm like, liar, and I just did that. I just broke one of my own rules because I'm tired. Anyway, I'm gonna try to go to bed. Since it's almost 6 o'clock.